right. So Creative Cow is here at NAB 2022. We're speaking with Heiner Lesaar of Elements, and he's going to tell us today about the new Elements Cloud Platform. Heiner, can you tell us how the Elements Cloud Platform combines public and on-premise storage?
So what we did is, with our really easy-to-use interface and a very editor-friendly ecosystem that we developed over the years, we brought in cloud resources into the same pane of glass, you can say. So the media library as our asset management system is since many years already being used to be a really nice and intuitive way to visualize the content of high-resolution assets and as a collaboration tool. And instead of just being able to run this on-prem storage, we can also now do this in the cloud. So you can take a cloud bucket and make it available in the media library for your editors to search for assets, to collaborate, to add comments, to share assets, to even do rough cuts based on content that is stored in the cloud.
And what kind of features integrate into the Elements Cloud Platform?
So what we already had before is we had the automation engine that was able to sync assets into a cloud storage, which was really helpful for, let's say, archive or nearline storage use cases where you wanted to save on the costs of on-prem storage or use it as a very, very secure way to preserve your assets pretty much for forever. But what we added to this now is, like I said, the capability to scan cloud buckets and create proxies of those for the media library, to add those to a database, search for metadata on these assets. And then last but not least, also to add cloud workspaces to the Elements client, or a little tool that helps connecting to the storage on Windows, Mac OS and Linux, so that you can mount cloud storage locations on your local computer as if it's similar to what you do with Dropbox or Google Drive, for example.
So as I walk around NAB today, I noticed that a lot of companies are coming up with new cloud integrations. What sets Elements apart from these other clouds?
So historically, the cloud has always been something that is used by IT guys, I would say. It's a very IT-centric thing to administrate, to set up and to configure. And we have added our really nice and intuitive way of uplifting all these technical complex features into a really easy-to-use environment so that you can interact with the cloud as an editor in a really nice way without bothering with all the technology and the technical details behind it. So you don't need to create user accounts for it. We do this for you via our APIs. You don't need to figure out what kind of application to use to mount the cloud on your computer. You can just click on an icon and it will appear on your desktop as a normal network drive. Or you can use the browser to use the media library on a cloud bucket without bothering with all the different services in the cloud that you need to configure. To do this, we do all this.
So it's very intuitive
super
for
intuitive,
the user.
super easy to use. It's so easy, it's hard to believe.
It's hard to believe. Now, if say a few Creative Cow members were collaborating on a project and they all lived in a different country and they wanted to use Elements Cloud Platform, what kind of workflow, how would Elements Cloud Platform facilitate their workflow?
So there's different aspects to this. So where we could help is, for example, transfer the content from the foreign country back to your home facility, for example, in a faster way instead of just uploading it back to your facility, because the cloud providers have very, very fast network speeds, so you can ingest the content locally, let's say, for example, in London, and transfer it via the cloud to Los Angeles and bring it down in Los Angeles from a local endpoint there. Or you could use the cloud to share the edit of the day that you created, and then you drop it in the media library, you send it over to the producer for him to review, and he doesn't need to have access to your facility. He just needs an internet connection and he's able to view what you've worked on.
Perfect. Beautiful. Well, thank you so much, Heiner. It's been great having you on the Creative Cow Show.
Thanks for having me.